Hi, it's Matt here, and this is a forums question relating to matching eBay listings in M2EPro. Now, this was a question by Christopher. I have also had a few random mismatches where the sold item from eBay maps automatically to the wrong product in Magento. Not found a solution so far, Christopher. So Christopher and also Steve, because it's in the same thread in the forums, what we're going to do, we're going to jump across to Magento, and we're going to quickly review the settings which we've got in there, which should help you get on to the right tracks. So I've been jumped across to Magento, and the first place which we want to go to is Sell on eBay, and then Configuration, and then we want to go into the Account Settings tab along the top. And then click into your eBay ID. So our eBay ID is called OCU, so you click into yours. And then on the left hand side, if you click on third party listings, is that currently we've got M2EPro set up not to import third party listings. Now, assuming this is the case, you actually do want them to import and match up accordingly, is that where it says import third party listings, change that to yes. And a quick note here is that we do have multiple store views set up in Magento, and I'll get to that in a few moments time. Now, when it comes to the product mapping, again, just to point out here is that if you're unsure on any of these fields, then there is a little question mark on the right hand side of them as well. So we're going to change product mapping to yes. Now, when it comes to the mapping settings, is that you've got something called a custom label. Now, this is just to clarify what this means, is that in Magento, you'll know your stock number or SKU as SKU. That's what Magento calls it. Whereas that on eBay, it calls it a custom label or custom title, okay? And if your products don't have a custom title, then you're gonna have to fall back onto the listing title, and that's not really ideal. So a big tip here from myself would be make sure that all of your listings on eBay have custom titles which have been set on them, so because that's like the eBay stock number. Okay, now for the custom label SKU, you want to drop that down, and like 99.9% of the time you'll want to set that to product SKU. When it comes to the listing title, is that if you've been following us along in the tutorials and you've got a separate title or separate attribute set up in Magento, then product name won't match what you've got on eBay. Instead, what you want to do is scroll this down, and what we're looking for is the eBay title field, like so. You'll also notice the priority on the right hand side as well. So the custom label, the SKU, the stock number should always come first, or 99% of the time should come first. And then if it doesn't match it by the stock number, then it will try and match it by the title. Okay, and that's why we've got priority number 2. Then for the synchronization on there, we can enable that as well. Now, as soon as you enable that, you get this synchronization settings tab, which we'll look at in a few moments time. But before we do that, we just need to quickly check the related store views. Now, we do have 2 sets in here, and the reason for that is that we've actually been enabled the eBay site Germany and the United Kingdom. So I'm just guessing that it's not, you don't see Germany in here as well. Now, if you've been and set up multiple store views in Magento, you may want to force the product to be matched at a store view level in Magento. So that's what I want to happen in this case. So I'm going to force it to happen to my OCU store view, because that's the eBay account, so that's the store view which I want all eBay orders and products to be matched to within my Magento system. I'm guessing that's going to be the same for you too. So with that said, of course, you would then hit the save settings up here in the top right hand corner, and then if you click onto synchronization settings, it will open up into a new window. And just to point out here is that synchronization source, just make sure you've got the same as what we've got on here. So product quantity, because that's going to sort the quantity out, the product price, and again, you could set a different price level accordingly in your system. So if you set up a separate attribute within Magento for the product price or the listing price if it's eBay. The title, then again, actually ours is incorrect. Where we got title, the product name, that's not what we want. In what we actually want is the eBay title attribute, which is the separate attribute which we created in Magento. Next, we got the subtitle on there. Then what we're going to say, I'm just going to leave that as not set. Okay, again, because it's not changeable on eBay, because it's got a little message on there, and then the description is going to come across there, like so. And of course, once you've been and saved made any changes there, remember to press Save Settings. Now, also for Steve, I saw your message in the thread as well. Now, when it comes to third-party listings in M2EPro, the thing to remember, now, in fact, let me just explain this for somebody else who's just joining and started watching this video. Steve has gone from Magento Go to Magento Community Edition. Now, yes, they're both still Magento, but they're two separate systems. And M2EPro only really does manage its listings which it came from itself, unless you map them in a section which I'll show you how to do in a few moments. Now, Steve, in your case, it's a little bit ironic because you do have the listing which did come from M2EPro, but it came from your Magento Go installation. So in your new installation of Magento Community Edition, M2EPro sees that listing as a third-party listing. Okay, so with that clarified, if we go to sell on eBay and then go to listings, now a note here is that ours isn't going to look that great, and I can't show you this because we don't have a separate listing on eBay. But if you then go to the third party tab along the top, is there any listings which didn't come from M2EPro? Okay, is that this is where you can match them to existing products within Magento. And again, I can't show you this because we don't have any live in our system which didn't come from M2EPro at the moment, but it's relatively straightforward. So you'll just see a list of items here and you can match them to products which you've got in Magento. So Steve and also Christopher, I hope that's been in help to you. For myself, Matt, cheerios. So we hope you've been and found this video guide useful, and myself, Matt, and
me, Dave,
we believe that to use Magento, you don't need a degree in Nerd. And that's exactly what we've been and done. We've been and created you over 70 full HD video guides on how to use Magento, all in plain English. And if you'd like to know more about myself, Matt, or
me, Dave, and more about what we're doing at Understanding E, why not visit us at understandinge.com/now.
And we'll see you there. And for myself, Matt.
And me, Dave.
We'll see you soon.